in the jail?
Randy Long.
All right, this is in the matter of Catherine Ann Crew versus Randy Scott Long, file number 2008-32776DS. Mr. Long, we are here today on a friend of the court show cause for failure to pay child support and failure to appear in court. It states here that you're ordered to pay $116 a month in child support, and as of today's date, you have an arrearage in excess of $15,350. Do you understand in the state of Michigan that amount would allow you to be charged with a 4-year felony, and you could be facing up to 4 years in prison for failure to pay child support? Do you understand that?
I do, Your Honor, I had a job.
Now, you also understand the maximum penalty that I could give you today on a first offense could be up to 45 days in jail. But on a second offense for either failure to appear or failure to pay, I could give you up to 90 days in jail if you plead guilty or found guilty. Do you understand that?
I do, yes, ma'am.
Mr. Long, you do have the right to have an attorney represent you here today in this hearing and any subsequent hearings. If you can't afford to hire an attorney, we can appoint you one at public expense. Would you like an attorney appointed to represent you?
Yes, please.
All right, Ms. Underwood, are you available to meet with Mr. Long?
I am, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to open up breakout room.
Has the court provided Mr. Long's documents to my office, Your Honor?
I'm sure Miss.
Sorry, Rhonda, I emailed that to you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm opening a breakout room. Mr. Long, you may automatically be joined in that breakout room, but if you're not, you're going to have to use the mouse and click on the join breakout room when it pops up on your screen. Oh, you went automatically. All right, so Mr. Oliveras, you want to come on up? And then you'll be next, sir. Okay. Yep, just come right up to the podium. All right, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Castro Cash Oliveras, file number 23-21358FH. I have Michael Dagger-Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Oliveras, and I have Alexander Bayonetto appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time set for a pre-trial in this matter. So, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, how do you wish to proceed?
Sure. Can I ask Mr. Alvarez to step out into the hall and I'm going to call him? Sorry.
Oh, you got your cell phone with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so just go have a seat in the hall and he's going to call you. All right, thank you. Sir, do you want to come up to the podium now?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
All
God
right.
bless you for that. I mean, I don't care all day, I really enjoy the way you speak with people.
Okay.
I mean, you're a good woman. I know you. My wife knows you very well. You represented her well.
How do I, okay, well, slow down for a minute there. So, let me get you up here. So, Mr. Murphy, you said I know your wife.
Yes, you were very good friends with my wife, Kimberly Ellen Hunt. We just had our 10-year anniversary 2 days ago.
So, did I represent her?
Yeah.
Okay, but you wouldn't say that I'm a personal friend, like we don't.
Oh, no,
visit.
you guys, we talked downtown, me, you and her. I don't know if you remember, you were just in your car. You met me, I said, hi,
Was
Judge.
at the car show and I had my.
Or I said, hi, Your Honor, yes.
Okay. Well, I just want to make sure. So, like, I know you both evidently, but I've represented your wife before and we've spoken like at the car show down on First Fridays you're talking about.
No, you just pulled over. You seen Kim and you pulled over. You were driving like a silver car, if I remember. This was like 4 years ago, 5. And I met you and she told me how you had represented her for her child support earlier in your career.
Okay.
But we both voted for you, man.
Okay,
We have
thank
your
you.
sign still in our garage and it will be going out again during elections.
Okay, well,
I
thank
believe in
you.
your trustworthiness. I do. Big time, Your Honor. I really give you all honor and glory. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, but would you agree that you've never been to my house and I've never been to your house?
Absolutely. This is not personal friendship. This is professional.
Right.
You had a professional relationship with my wife only. I just.
Right. Well, I just want to make sure there's no conflict.
No
here.
conflict. I don't believe there's any conflict.
Okay, very
Yeah,
good.
because
And
it's
I do remember
not
that
like we
one
hang
time-
out, even though I'd like to pick your brain, figure out what's, I love smart people. My
Okay,
wife is very intelligent. She's a Capricorn. Jimmy.
all right. Okay, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Timothy John Murphy, file number 23-21364FH. I have John Glazier appearing on behalf of Mr. Murphy. And I have, who's my prosecutor? I just need a prosecutor. There we go. I got Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. And Mr. Murphy is present in the courtroom, and I think we've cleared up any concerns that there might be a conflict in this matter. But Mr. Glazier, I just for the record want to state that I have a letter dated June 23rd of 2023, signed by Darren Coast, who is my pretrial services coordinator. And he states, Mr. Murphy has been testing twice a week since the beginning of May. He has yet to miss a test, and he is consistently clean of all substances, and he is doing well. So with that being said, Mr. Glazier, how do you wish to proceed today on behalf of Mr. Murphy?
I need to speak with Mr. Sneed for a moment, Your Honor.
Okay,
Yeah, I'd like to fire him right now.
well, okay, so Mr. Murphy, let me explain something.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a separate public defender's office, and the court has no authority over them. I
Yes.
don't appoint, so.
It's very
if you-
complicated. I understand.
Well, it's not
Studying
really
it.
complicated, so you have two choices. You can retain your own attorney. But if you are going to use the public defender's office, you're assigned whom you're assigned,
Okay.
okay? So you can
That's
fire
what you do.
him and represent yourself,
No way.
right? So
Only a fool does that.
So Mr. Glazier is been practicing law for a very long time, and he has primarily been practicing in the area of criminal law, and he's very experienced. So I am going to put him and Mr. Sneed into a breakout room. So Mr. Murphy, they want to talk, so why don't you just have a seat at that table,
Yes, Your Honor. Thank
right
you.
there, yep. And I'm
Can I
going,
have some water? I'm so thirsty.
there's a water fountain?
Yes, I'll
In the
go out
hallway.
there. I'll be right back. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, very good, thank you. All right, so hold on, Mr. Glazier, I am going to pop you two into a breakout room. All right, hold on, I gotta get there. Mr. Glazier and Isaac Sneed, where's he at? There he is. Okay, I'm gonna open that breakout room. All right, so we are back with Mr. Olivares. Let me grab that file. So, Mr. Dagger Margosian, you had a moment to speak with Mr. Olivares.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, how do you wish to proceed today on behalf of Mr. Olivares?
Your Honor, we just procedurally, we did have a preliminary exam downstairs in district court. Subsequent to that, we did put in a transcript request on 5/18, so a little more than a month ago. I don't see that we have the transcripts yet, so I would ask for an adjournment for us to get those.
All right, so they have 90 days, so May, June, July, August. So you would like just another pre-trial on this?
Yes, please.
So June, July, August, I think if we go out to August 30th, we should be all right on that?
Sure, that sounds great.
Okay, so Ms. Adams, Mr. Olivares is present, so I will need a notice for him. Hold on. So I'm gonna adjourn this pre-trial to August 30 at 8:30 in the morning, and I'll get you a notice, all right? Nice hoodie. I have the same hoodie. So we'll get you a notice of hearing, so just have a seat. And then we'll see you back on August 30th at 8:30 in the morning, all right? All right. Okay, thank you, Mr. Dagger-Markosian on that one, and all right, so we're back with Mr. Long. So Ms. Underwood, how would you like to proceed with Mr. Long?
Your Honor, I would like to proceed. Mr. Long, what is your correct address?
We're
79,
live on
35.
YouTube, so I really don't want his correct address on the record.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, Ms. Underwood,
I believe that would be of assistance to the front of the court's office, Your Honor.
okay, so Mr. Long, just briefly, the address we have for you is in Springport, Michigan. Do you still live there?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
All right, so do you understand that anytime you move, you must submit a change of address in writing to the front of the court? Because if we mail a notice of hearing to the last address you gave us, then that's a valid service. Do you understand that?
Do not, yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, and the record should reflect Mr. Oliveira has received his notice of hearing. Have a good day. Thank you. All right, so, Mr. Long, we will give you a breakout room with Mr. Anderson when we're done here today, so you can give him your updated address. Ms. Underwood, how do you wish to proceed today with Mr. Long?
Mr. Long is currently trying to get back to work where he was working, Your Honor. He's also looking for other employment at temp services. I also discussed Martin Rail with him. He was not aware of them. So he can, if he gets out, he has $300 he can make as a payment, Your Honor. I would ask the court to release Mr. Long and set this matter for 2 weeks out, Your Honor. And he will make a payment today, and hopefully in 2 weeks, he will make that payment and he will have a job, Your Honor.
Oh,
Can someone make that payment for you today, Mr. Long?
I actually have, it's my uncle's house. He's got it in the safe. I don't know if he'd drive all the way out here or not. I don't even know his number. I don't know anybody's number. I don't have my phone or nothing with me, so I don't know how to get a hold of anybody right now.
So the last payment we received in April, is that because you were employed at that time?
Yeah, I was working for Michigan Seat in Jackson. They were taking 50% of my check. I was paying about $400 a month or $400 a week in child support. I'm sorry.
So you have other child support cases?
I got just Jackson County, yeah, Jackson County and you guys. Between the two of you guys, it was like 400 a week. I was paying in child support. It's half of my check. And I just lost my job. I pointed out on accident, not thinking I had an extra point.
All right. So I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty at this time. I will release you on a care bond with requirement that you post $300 by Friday. If you fail to post the $300 by Friday, I will revoke your PR bond. Do you understand that? And there'll be a bench warrant again.
I do. I'll make sure I'll get down here and pay that for you.
But you can't pay it through the state of Michigan. You have to pay it here in person, because otherwise it'll get divided amongst your cases. So I'm going to order that you pay the $300 in person here, okay?
At the FOC building down here.
Yeah, you just come to the courthouse, take the elevator down to the basement and pay at the front window, all right?
Okay, we'll do.
And then I'm going to set this over to July 17th at 8 a.m.
Okay.
So your paperwork at the jail will have that date on it, okay?
Okay.
And you're gonna need to come back that day for that hearing. Now,
Okay.
Mr. Long, if you don't show up for the hearing, I'll issue a bench warrant. I will not let you out again. You understand that? You'll end up doing a jail term. Got it?
I do. Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be
Okay.
here.
Mr. Anderson, I'm gonna put you and Mr. Long in a breakout room so you can get his updated address. I'll release you on a PR bond today, Mr. Long. Don't lose your paperwork because it'll have your next court date on it. And you are to make a payment of $300 in person here by Friday. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we close these rooms. All right, so Mr. Anderson and
Your Honor, I had a question. Is Mr. Murphy still there?
Yeah, he's still here.
Hey, buddy.
Could he come over to my office and we could continue it by Zoom from my office?
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me finish this. All right, so I'm opening up a breakout room. All right, so Mr. Murphy.
Yes,
Okay, Mr. Glazier wants you to go across the street.
I know where he's at, yeah.
All right, so he wants you to go there right now.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll go right there and your orders.
Okay, thank you.
All right, after he gets
Have
over
Have a good
here,
day. Oh, I see you again.
We're not done with
I
the
know,
hearing.
I'm done.
Oh, Mr. Murphy,
Yes,
we're not done with the hearing yet.
no, I know.
So go to Mr. Glazier right now and then you'll zoom in with him.
Then come back. Okay, cool.
No, you'll be with him to zoom in.
Oh, Zoom. Oh, I tried to do that, Your Honor. I couldn't do it, so I said, I'm coming in.
Okay,
I couldn't get it.
go to Mr.
But
Glazier.
my iPhone said it wasn't compatible or something.
Okay, go to Mr. Glazier,
Oh, yeah,
not the painting, Mr. Glazier across the street.
yes. Okay, God bless you.
Uh-huh.
all right, Your Honor, I'll get back on after I talk to him. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, I have Darren Baker and he is. So Miss Underwood, just Miss Underwood. Miss Underwood, I have Darren Baker. Darren Baker's been here since 8 o'clock this morning. And I do have Dawn Van Duzen as his attorney, but I was wondering if someone could take it, if Miss Van Duzen's not
Is that
here.
Darren Baker?
Yeah,
Hang on a second, Your Honor. Thank you.
okay, well, let's see if I can issue any benchmarks. Okay. Mr. Murphy,
Yes, Your Honor.
Joseph Johnson,
Yes, Your Honor. We're trying to reach him right now. Unfortunately, the number is coming back as not dialable that we have. I'm not really sure what's going on.
well, all right, well, why don't I call it, if you can't reach them, and we'll see what happens. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Joseph Anthony Johnson. We have two files, 22-21089FH and 23-21344FH. File number 22-21089FH. I have a notice of hearing for a contempt of court hearing scheduled today at 8:15 in the morning. And then a pretrial date was scheduled for July 26th of 23. I do show that he was in person and we did provide personal service on that file with notice of hearing for the two. And then on file number 23-21344FH, I also have a notice of hearing for both today's date for the contempt of court and July 26th for the pretrial conference hearing. And in that case, he also appeared in person and we did give him personal service. So, let me see here. Ugh. This is a case where he was pulled over in the car with her. There are no allegations of any assault. I do often have people get confused when their notice of hearing has two dates on it. So
Your Honor,
do
would,
we want to set the contempt over to the 26th of July?
that's what
I
I
don't
asked for,
have-
Your Honor. Obviously, without speaking with him, I don't know the situation, but that I'm assuming that he was just thinking it was going to be addressed on the pretrial date for on the 26th. So I would ask if we could possibly do that.
So, Mr. Sneed, I do have a copy of the police report with the allegations on the contempt of court. She was driving a motor vehicle with him in the passenger seat. There were no allegations of any assault or threatening behavior, just the violation of the bond conditions. He did come in. I did arraign him, and we did, on my notice of hearing, it does have those 2 dates on it. Do you have any objection to setting the contempt of court over to July 26th?
No, Judge, thank you.
Okay, so, Mr. Murphy, I will set that over to July 26th, all right?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
And, okay. Takes care of that one. Yeah, nobody's out there. Because everybody was having trouble hooking up. So I just loved it. Ms. Underwood.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, no, this is an old file. Okay. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Rachel Merle Romero, file number 23-21271FH. This is the date and time scheduled for request and summons for probation violation. The notice was stamped with the court June 9th of 2023, advising Ms. Romero to appear on today's date at 8 a.m. for a contempt of court proceeding. Ms. Romero has failed to appear. I'm going to issue a bench warrant and set bond in the amount of $50,000 in cash. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And I can-
Miss Adams, I also have Christopher Lake with Miss Underwood. And I have a jail window, but nobody's there. It's like turned off.
I believe we can do Mr. Baker, Your Honor.
You're awesome. Thank you. Let me bring Mr. Baker in. All right, he's trying to connect to audio maybe. Ms. Underwood, in the matter, oh, there it is. Mr. Baker. Is it? See how to group home? All right, Mr. Baker, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Darren Tashia Baker. We have 3 files. File number 22-20898FH, 22-20899FH, and 22-20900FH. Mr. Baker, I appreciate you waiting. Ms. Underwood is going to be handling your case today. Today is the date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. It looks like I do not have the stipend order from the last court date adjourning to today, but Mr. Baker did write that down. So Ms. Underwood, I will need the stipend order from the public defender's office adjourning from June 7 to today's date. And then whatever else happens here today.
Okay.
So Ms. Underwood represents Mr. Baker, and I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of people. So Ms. Underwood, how do you wish to proceed today with Mr. Baker?
We would ask the court, Your Honor, to continue the not guilty plea for Mr. Baker and set this out for another pretrial. Your Honor, we are going to be doing an independent forensic on Mr. Baker. I believe Mr. Baker is currently in an AFC home and doing well, and we're very happy about that, but we will be doing an independent forensic. So if you could set it out perhaps a couple months.
All right, so Mr. Baker, I'm going to adjourn this to August 30th at 8:30 in the morning. So can you make sure you or somebody writes that down? August 30th at 8:30 in the morning for another pretrial. And Mr. Baker, someone will be getting a hold of you to do an interview with a doctor, and I need you to make sure you follow up on that, all right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Underwood, you'll have your office do all those different orders to adjourn?
I will, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Baker. You're all set, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Bless you too. All right, so who do I have joining me from the jail?
Christopher Lake.
All right, Mr. Lake, let me grab your file. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher David Lake, file number 22-20901FH. This is date time scheduled for a violation of probation sentencing and a hot trial. So Ms. Underwood represents Mr. Lake, and
I don't
then
believe it's a sentencing, Your Honor.
I have a probation violation report.
Yeah, that's from when he didn't show up to sentencing. That's why it keeps getting put on. I'm not sure what you want to do with that.
Judge, I'm showing two. There's a new one and the sentencing on the other one.
There's a new violation of probation. All right. Who's the PO on this one?
It's me.
Okay.
So he didn't show up for that sentencing.
Oh, so Ms. Underwood, he was supposed to be sentenced on April 5 on a violation of probation, and the motion affidavit and bench warrant is for failure to appear for sentencing on April 5. We do have the pre-sentence or the probation violation report recommendation. Do you have that as well, Ms. Underwood?
I'm sure I do, Your Honor. But the issue is, Mr. Lake currently has matters in district court, Your Honor. He has a probable cause this afternoon, which is probably going to be important as to how we go forward up here, Your Honor. So I would ask that this matter be put out for 2 weeks, these matters.
Miss Adams, do I have room on, I'm looking, what's that? I can do August 2nd at 8:30 in the morning, or July 26th.
July 26th, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Lake, I'm going to adjourn this to July 26th at 8:30 in the morning. Any objection to continuing it via Zoom for a sentencing?
No.
Okay, all right, so Mr. Lake, good luck on your stuff down in district court, and we'll see you back on July 26th at 8:30 in the morning. It's a sentencing, so Ms. Underwood, I believe my staff will prepare the notice of hearing. All right, Mr. Lake, you have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Miss Adam, or Miss Underwood, Darnez Johnson. So in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Darnez Donald Johnson, file number
And then we'll do.
22-20959H. This is the date time set for what? Pre-trial in this matter. And he is charged, this is an MDOC case. I do have the stipend order adjourning the case to today. And then I do not have a writ or his sentencing today or for pretrial. So I'm going to adjourn this pretrial, and Mr. Fleming, can you make a note that we need a writ on this?
I did make a note last time. I'm not sure why one wasn't done. I apologize, Judge.
Okay, so I will adjourn this to I will adjourn this to, my next really is July 26th.
Thank you, Your
So
Honor.
we'll set this over to July 26th at
Yeah, when we get ready. You can go.
8:30 in the morning. And Mr. Fleming, you guys can do the stipend order to adjourn, all right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So, sir, are you just here to watch, or do you have a case today?
No, I'm supposed to be here this morning, but I never got a paper in the mail, so I remember.
What's your name?
Milton Russell.
I was just gonna ask you, Your Honor.
He is here. So, Mr. Russell, you want to come on up?
Yes.
So, Mr. Russell, my paperwork shows you were here last time, and I gave you a notice when we were here.
But yes, the day I was here, they said the 28th, but I thought I would get one in the mail, 'cause I know.
Well, I think I gave you one.
You told me, I couldn't remember if I was handed a paper or not. Okay,
Well,
but,
I just, my notes say you were, but that's okay.
okay, I'm sorry.
All right, so this, but you remembered, so that's
Yes.
good, and you were here. So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Milton Dwayne Russell, file number 23-21337FH. And I have Rhonda Underwood appearing on behalf of Mr. Russell, and I have Christopher Fleming appearing on behalf of the people. This is the date and time scheduled for a pretrial conference in this matter. Ms. Underwood, how would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, I've spoken to Mr. Fleming and the people in sobriety court, Your Honor, downstairs. Somehow the referral did not get processed, so we still need to do that. I would ask for a short adjournment for another pretrial to allow Mr. Russell to meet with the people at the sobriety court downstairs, Your Honor.
No objection.
Okay, so my next available now is August 2nd. Ms. Adams, I'm gonna need a notice of hearing. So have you done the paperwork to have him screened for
Yeah.
sobriety court?
Yes.
Has anybody reached out to you yet? No? All right.
I just
so-
talked to them yesterday, Your Honor. And I believe if Mr. Russell goes downstairs, they can probably talk to him or set something up.
Okay, so, all right, so Mr. Russell, I am going to adjourn this out to August 2nd. We're gonna get you a notice of hearing at 8:30. And if you want, you can stop down at district court probation and just let them know you were in my court, you're being referred to sobriety court, you wanted to give them your contact information.
Okay,
And who's the PO that handles that down there?
Well, I talked to Mr. McCarron yesterday. I don't know if Corey's going to be in today, but he said any one of them would help Mr. Russell out.
Okay, so if you want to step down and give them your contact information, you can do that. All
okay,
right, thanks, Mr.
And-
Russell.
okay.
That's your notice.
Okay, I remembered I was getting up to go to do the, community service, like, oh. I was-
So, Ms. Underwood and Mr. Russell, if he's accepted and you want to plead him to anything, Ms. Underwood, we can do it on any day but other day than a Wednesday too, all right?
I know how to find the courtroom, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you, Mr. Russell. You have a good day.
You too.
All
I
right,
believe that completes my docket with you for the morning.
I suppose if you gotta leave,
You're all set.
you're all set unless,
I know. That's my son.
who do I have joining me from the jail?
I was trying to see what's going on.
Mr. Dillard,
Yeah,
good morning.
morning.
So let me let Miss Hera in. There she is. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus William Jarrett Dillard, file number 23-21360FC. I have Christy Hera appearing on behalf of Mr. Dillard today, and I have Douglas Hartung appearing on behalf of the people. So, Ms. Hera, how do you wish to proceed today with Mr. Dillard?
Judge, he just pled on the other felony file. So we are asking for an adjournment in this case. I believe
Okay.
Mr. Hartung said 90 days to start.
Mr. Hartung?
That's fine. I have no objection to that. I think we're working towards a resolution of this case as well. And I think that'll give us time to get us in position.
Okay, so, how about would September 6th be okay?
You can go even further if you want to, Judge.
September 27th?
Sure.
So I will adjourn this to September 27th at 8:30 in the morning. And Ms. Hera, your office will do the stip in order to adjourn.
Yes.
And Mr. Hartung, can you sign your name with permission?
Absolutely.
All right, so Mr. Dillard, I'll see you back on this file on September 27th at 8:30 in the morning, all right?
Hey, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask for my transcripts from both of my prelims? I still haven't
So
received.
it looks like the transcript order's been done. So there's a request for transcript that was on May 31. So they have 90 days to do that.
Okay,
So June, July, it should be in before August, okay?
all right, thank you.
And that will go directly to your attorney, and then your attorney can provide you a copy of that, okay?
All right,
All right, thank you, Mr. Dillard.
thank you.
All right, Mr. Glazier, we have you and Mr. Murphy. So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Timothy John Murphy, file number 23-21364FH. I have John Glazier appearing on behalf of Mr. Murphy, who is now in Mr. Glazier's office. And I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. So, Mr. Glazier, how do you wish to proceed today?
Your Honor, I talked to Mr. Sneed and I thought we were gonna get this worked out. But I'm having a real difficult time with my client at this point, and I don't think I can get it resolved. I guess what I would like to do is I would like to adjourn this and request a forensic on competency and criminal responsibility.
Okay. All right, so,
And I would ask to maybe adjourn this, not the full, you always adjourn it about 4 months. I'd like to adjourn it like maybe 60 days. I want to make sure he gets up there and does this. Now, he's indicated to me he has trouble, transportation wise, he only has a bicycle.
It's electric.
Okay, well, hold on. I have advised him, he says there's a thing called Jerry's Ride where he can get a ride up there. And it costs him about, $30-40 or something. And our office will pay for that, but I want to make sure he gets up there and does it.
You can.
And that's why I'd like to not adjourn this any longer than 60 days. But I think we'll get a date. We won't get a report, but we'll get a date if he appears up there, I'm sure within 60 days.
I do not do anything the court does to, I miss nothing the court tells me to do. If this is ordered by the court.
okay, great. So, Mr. Murphy, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to accept the verbal motion on the record. Any objection to that, Mr. Steen?
No, thank you, Ron.
And then Mr. Glazier, if you can have your office prepare the paperwork for that.
I will.
And I will sign that upon presentation, and I will set this out for another pretrial. August, about August 30th, Mr. Glazier, at 8:30 in the morning.
That would be fine, Your Honor. I'm sure we'll have a date before that, and as he goes up there, probably get a report a couple months after that. The other question I had, Your Honor, he's still having a test and it's costing me how much?
$40 a week,
$40 a week. Is there any chance that he could be,
$20 a week.
that could be stopped? He's not tested positive.
I hate that drug.
All right. Okay, so Mr. Sneed, the offense date on this is April 21 of 2023. It is a possession of methamphetamine case. He's been testing 2 times a week since the beginning of May. He's not missed any tests, and he's been consistently clean. Do you have any position?
People would defer to the court's discretion.
All right, so Mr. Murphy, I will get rid of the 2 times a week testing requirement. I am going to, okay, but if you use again and get in trouble, understand you could be sitting in jail, right?
I could be sitting in jail. Yes, ma'am. I will not
So,
do anything that.
even
I
though
will
you're
do
not
everything you
required
told me
to
do.
test, all right, Mr. Murphy, but even though I'm not requiring you to test, you can't use any illegal controlled substances. You got it?
Ma'am, if you want to call me anytime, I will come in and test for you in court. And that's anytime
Okay.
you want to.
Well, Mr. Coast may call you sometimes. You know
Okay,
Mr.
good.
Coast, right?
And that,
Okay.
that's fine. I will come in, I will
Okay.
give you my urine. I hate that drug and I'm never going back to it. Me and my wife had a ceremony in our driveway and crushed everything and spread it in and prayed to God. We are never touching that crap again. We've got everyone in our friendship circles that were on it out of our lives. And we're doing great. And it almost destroyed our marriage.
Awesome.
We had a wonderful
Now, the
marriage.
next thing I want to tell you is that Mr. Glazier is going to do the request for forensic examination paperwork for us. You're going to have to travel at some point to the forensic center, which is like kind of located a little east of Saline on Bemis Road, and be tested for that.
Oh, I
And
know where it is.
Yeah, really nice place, but
Yeah.
you need to make sure you go for that.
Is that where the old
Interview,
state
okay.
hospital was?
No, it's where the old women's prison was, Huron Valley.
Yeah, I thought that was still there. Wow.
Well, the women's prison is on the left and the forensic center is
On the right. Yes, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, but you gotta go, okay? And when you
Of course I'll
go,
I'll be there. If I have to walk, I'll be there. I'll go. Though. Believe me, I'm going.
all right,
I
even
will
if
not
Mr.
miss
Glazier will
anything
even
you
maybe
ordered
give
me
you a
to.
ride if he needs to, okay?
Yes. Well,
Anything else, Mr. Glazier?
No, Your Honor, like I say, we'll get a date and we'll provide the transportation up there for him if we,
Okay, and you'll do the stipend order to adjourn as well.
yeah, I can do that too. And it was to August 30th at 8:30.
Yeah,
All right, we're all,
I would like to thank a couple people. First of all, Kyle and Tony down at testing, and Ann and Kathy are wonderful people. I have great conversations with them. Thank you for introducing me to them, and I just want to thank you. I know that I have a great judge. I know that you will judge with blinders on, and you will weigh the evidence, and that's what it's all about. I'm learning.
thank you
as I
very
do.
much.
I just started getting into reading about law. It's very, very complicated. I am not a lawyer. I said you can represent yourself. That's a fool, right? A fool represents himself. No, I won't represent myself.
we're all set, Your Honor. Thank you.
Are you
Thank
sure?
you so much, Your Honor. God bless you.
All right, we'll
All
see you
right,
then.
thank you. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye. Well, I think that concludes our criminal docket.